uncle has completely let himself go, pouring millions of dollars of fine wine straight into the bathtub. Then he lies down in it, in the sun, drinking it while soaking in the sun. When the toilet breaks down, he takes a dump in the pool, pour a glass of 82-year-old Lafite, a little cream, and a sip of extra. A 40-something-year-old man. How can an old man in his 40s live so freely? It all started a year ago. It was a year ago when a global virus broke out. People were dying one by one. Jack was the last man on earth. He drove from state to state, but didn't see a single living soul. And finally, disappointed, he left a message on a billboard, back to his old home. Now there are no rules, no restraints. Jack is completely free of his natural instincts. He picks a mansion, he pries open the door and moves in. He takes out a bottle of wine that costs tens of thousands of dollars. He takes a sip of hundreds of dollars. He brings in dinosaur fossils from museums. He hangs paintings of the world on the walls. He put up little gold figures from nowhere. He lived the life of his dreams. Before he went to bed, Jack prayed to God that life is good now. If only he had been given a woman, it would have been even better. The next day he went naked to the supermarket, pulled out his little pistol. He smashed the glass with a clang. Not to mention the supermarket. He could do whatever he wanted with the whole world. He's walking with a happy little trot. He takes whatever he wants. The indescribable discs on the shelves. He sweeps them all into his shopping cart. When he's had enough, he plays bowling again. When he gets bored with the regular ball, he switches to a lamp. When he gets bored with the lamp, he put on a tank and drove the truck and stomped on it. At the end of the game, he simply pushed the luxury car down as if it were a ball. The days went by. It was Jack's birthday. He lights the candles alone. He remembers the old days when his family and friends would gather around to celebrate his birthday. Now, he is all alone in the world. The loneliness had finally set in. The more he thought about it, the angrier he became. He began to curse God. I can live a free life even if I am alone. 5 months later, the mansion was full of rubbish. The pool was full of shit. The freedom of being alone had turned into the torture of never being answered. He was so lonely that he couldn't stand it. He paints every ball with his 5 senses, as if they were close friends, talking to himself, asking himself questions. Having been single for so long, looking at magazines of older women, he thinks he looks good. He's so empty and lonely. He goes and picks up the female models in the window. The geek is in love. He's confessing his true feelings, but then he breaks the model's arm. Jack's dreams are shattered. This life goes on for a whole year. He can't take it anymore. One day he was driving through the bottom of a mountain. He saw the smoke rising in the distance. There were other people alive. He rushed over excitedly. There were women's clothes hanging on the clothesline. He clutched them in his hands in excitement. Just then, a woman's voice came from behind him. Jack's eyes lit up, and he passed